Hey everyone, an update here from my side. It's today. It's Wednesday, so it's actually exactly a month ago. My real journey started, and I left Estonia, where that was mostly participating in the conference and finishing up the van. So now I'm 1 month in. It has been a crazy month. I have learned a lot. I have been going through a lot of everything, feelings, emotions, and yeah. Uh, but yeah, right now it's actually 5 in the morning, and the reason why I'm doing the update now is because the overall purpose is this to kind of learn to love myself and get rid of all the suffering and take out all the fucking trash in here, and what's left worth keeping, then try to organize that. And what I thought was that it kind of start with getting a healthy daily rhythm, or routine. Why not try to give you a little insight in the morning routine? That was kind of the first one that I worked on, and that of course have changed more times. But right now I actually feel that I have like a good starting point for something that I would like to turn into a habit. And as it said with habits, it takes time. Often it's said like 21 days and you can turn it into a habit. I think actually it's more when you're touching something that's really deep in you. But anyways, I have been like doing this morning routine actually pretty good, I would say, for 3 weeks. At max 1/4 of the days I have not been doing it. But yeah, it's inspired by actually I've felt that I got the final missing brick in my whole journey to kind of where to start, and I always had a little bit of idea about the ending a week ago, where I realized that maybe I should look into a little bit Ayurveda again. Ayurveda is this 5,000-year-old pandang to yoga that is more daily life focused. Ayurveda means science of life, that is so less focusing on the spiritual, more how can you just live a happy life from living simple and taking good care of your body and your mind. So the first thing in the morning is kind of under the topic of body purification. So first I made the bed, as you can see, so it's ready for next thing that will take place. There is a meditation, but first I will do this kind of body purification, where first I will see my list here. I have I try to draw a lot, so I'm having an iterative process where I make these papers and try to write down like morning and midday and evening routine, so I have it visually, so it's not only hidden in the computer that I can easily forget. But yeah, the first I do is that I make the bed, and then I actually go out for toilet, so do my stuff. I will not take you with me for that. The next is that I brush my teeth, and then the next is that I have this tongue scrub. It's actually, I think I've heard that if you should do one single thing that will be the best to improve your health, then it will be to clean your tongue every day. I try to inspect or scan or whatever, I examine my tongue and my nose and my ears and in general my face, and then based on in this Ayurveda there's also like a template on where you can see how, based on your facial and your mouth and nose and tongue, if you're like about to get any illness or have any illness. So that's really actually really interesting. I can see that I have a little bit on my throat a week ago. That's gone now. I'm on the process of cleaning my tongue. It seems to look more and more healthy for every day. And then also examine the face if I have any wrinkles or how it in general looks. It's really damn interesting that you can kind of based on your wrinkles here or here and here, you can see if you have any emotional problems, or also if how the body is. It's it that you can see like how all the organs and inside actually how healthy they are. So yeah, I do that. And then the last thing I do there is, it's really popular today to be really data driven. So I wanted to be able to see if I can track any progress. So I started maybe 4 or 5 days ago starting to take a photo of my face every morning. And then I look forward to see in a month if I can see any difference from my face. I don't know what to look for, what will happen, but maybe there'll be something that makes sense at that time. Anyways, I can already now see that from a lift a month or two ago, that actually my face have started changing. Before I had like a little bit swollen up under here, the eyes. I learned a lot about what to eat and what's good for my body constitution, and there was a lot of things that I have to go down on. So caffeine, and be more curious with like spices or no. So I'm trying not to do any chili, garlic, onion, less caffeine, and I can really feel how that have a big impact on my body and my food craving. I'm definitely not perfect at all, but it's getting better, and I can really feel that it really makes sense to eat in that way. It's more complicated, but really interesting to look into. Maybe you can hear the water is boiling. A part of the morning body purification is also to clean the body and drink a little bit of warm water to clean the inside. And then I massage the body a little bit to wake up everything. That's also really nice before having to sit down for meditation and yoga, to like just a little bit of massaging. So massaging a little bit and washing the body. I don't have a real like hot water shower here, so what I do is just take a piece of clothing and then clean it all over. So next thing in the body purification is meditation. The time of meditation I'm doing is really simple. It's just resting your focus and concentration on the breath. But I've read this. I'm reading this really interesting book about Pranayama, that is like breathing exercises and about preparing you for meditation. So there's a lot of techniques to help you still all the senses or fluctuations of the mind. What I'm doing right now is 30 minutes. It's definitely not perfect. I'm also getting a lot of thoughts and so on, but I think it's definitely getting better. And no matter what, just that I do it is actually enough. How good it is, that's actually not the most important. The most important is that I get up in the morning, I get it done. Then time should help. And the van is just fantastic. The bed is nice and hard, so you can actually sit nice on it. After the meditation, it's time for asana, or what we call yoga, but the physical practice of yoga. The first I'm doing is a breathing exercise called Kapalabhati, shining skull breathing is it called. It purifies the blood and said to get more healthy and clean, nice skin. Who don't want that? So that's what I'm doing up here, and then I'm jumping down on the mat and start my 1 hour practice. The type of yoga or asana I'm doing is really simple, inspired of what I learned in India. No fancy hocus pocus, vinyasa flow. It's simple all the way through, and I really like that there are not any advanced sequences. So this, when maybe one to one side, then to the other, keep it clean all the way through so I can focus on my breathing all the way through. So yeah, you can see a little bit later, but the first one is, I can show you how it is. So sit upright, and then how it works is that you first take a deep inhale, deep exhale, and then you use your belly to force the exhalation and then automatically inhale. I actually do an advanced version where I hold my breath out completely for 10 seconds. Then I enable root lock, and then after 10 seconds I take a full inhalation, and then I do the throat lock like this. And then I hold my breath for 40 seconds, and after that it just feels amazing. So now, time for the best part of it, Asana. It just fit perfectly in here. I can just stand upright. I cannot stretch my arms above my head, but so I'll just keep them in Namaskar Mudra when I do the different poses. So now the second last thing of my morning purification, Savasana. I go up in my bed / couch and do it because I actually combine it with some Pranayama exercises or breathing exercises, because I'm working on this, really letting go and getting back to the normal breathing, and I'm really surprised about how restricted my breathing had been for a period. I could feel that actually I have gotten more restricted since I did a lot of yoga when I was doing my teaching course. But I can already feel a big improvement. Feel like I've started breathing much more in my lower abdomen, and now I'm working on my chest to get that actually to more expanding. So, and it's also fucking nice laying down in that bed 15 minutes after almost 2-hour morning routine. Oh. Woo-hoo! So now the last part of my body purification. That is the morning elixir and transforming the van into like another, like the daily standard state. So actually I try to use the curtains as like a trigger for like when is stuff going on in here. So I take them, block the windows when I do my meditation and yoga and all that stuff, and then when the day begins, then I pull them off, and then it's my kind of a trigger of now I can actually start thinking outside the van. So yeah, first let me show you the transition from morning routine to daily layout. And of course, if it's such a nice morning like today and I'm camping at the beach, then I start with a little morning swim. But yeah, then I make my morning mix elixir, call it whatever you want. It consists of some different ingredients. Of course, for them of you that know me, then there's a lot of research behind, and this is a mix of some Indian Ayurveda inspired stuff, so like turmeric and ginger, But then I also have some other stuff that is inspired by this fasting regimen by Dr. Noon Amen Ra that maybe I'll talk about in another video. So, but yeah, and a few powdered ingredients that so I had to found this muddler in Albania when I was there. So now I just mix everything. So then I drink this and then the morning starts. So I think that was it for this update. The last month have been like a crazy ride, and actually the last week have been going through a lot of emotional stuff. Been really tough actually, and really learned a lot and reflected a lot. I don't know if I said, but yeah, I went to Montenegro. I was there for 3 weeks, and then I was a couple of days in Albania, in the capital Tirana, to get some different stuff, some herbs and so on. And now I'm in Greece. Long story short, I was camping a little bit outside, more remote, but actually started feeling really depressed and really. Yeah, it was a really special being so alone. So that's why I'm right now parking here a little bit closer to a city. So 5 minutes walk distance from here, I can go and sit on a cafe and read and do some study or do whatever I want. It was really tough when I was parking out in the nature, and then after have drinking my morning mix, then what? Then time was around 7:30 in the morning. Then it's a long day to kill, and that was actually a little bit tough. So that's why I decided to try an experiment where I camp a little bit closer to a city, so I can actually be in contact with other people. So I am completely on my own. So, but yeah, I think I'll make an update where I tell a little bit more about what I have been doing in Montenegro. That was really nice, and in Albania, and maybe some of all my learnings and more stuff about what I have been doing. Yeah, I think I will I'll share like really 2 books that have helped me a lot right now, that are inspiring me a lot. So one of them is about Pranayama. That I really recommend if you're interested in general in getting this calmness in your body and meditation, because it is actually key to meditation is controlling the breath and stilling the senses. So I'll share a link for that. And then I read a book about Ayurveda. That was just like, when reading that, holy Christ, why didn't I learn that 20 years ago? It just gave me that feeling. So I have been trying to study myself a lot, so find out what is my constitution, what I am made of, what food is good for me, herbs, yeah, everything, and then use that as a guideline or a help to make this healthy daily routine that is the highest priority for me right now. So that was it for this update. Exactly a month ago since I left Estonia, and really happy with the journey so far, even though I feel like up and down, but I feel really good now. So everyone have a fucking nice day home in Denmark or wherever you are.